Hello and welcome to Elecspo, and today I want to see if a veteran world-class centre-back can lead a League One team all the way to the Premier League. And who better than Sergio Ramos, one of the most polarising figures in football over the past decade, 15, 20 years or so, a star at Real Madrid, a red card extraordinaire, and now a PSG player. But can he take Charlton Athletic from League One to the Premier League? Let's dive into this simulation. He's going to have 5 years at the Valley. Can he take them from the third tier to the top tier? Let's go and find out. Come on. Right, here we are at the start of the simulation, and Sergio Ramos is a Charlton Athletic player. It's the 5th instalment of this new series on the channel. We've had Haaland and Ronaldo at Sunderland. Haaland kept Sunderland in the top flight, whereas Ronaldo could only get them to the Championship. We've had Modric and Pedri both at League One Wigan, which Modric was an absolute disaster. Pedri he played well, but it still didn't go great. Now it's the turn of the defenders, and with the veteran we have gone with 35-year-old Sergio Ramos. 180 caps for Spain. He's just an absolute superstar. I mean, he's even a goal scorer extraordinaire. I mean, look at that. 11 goals for Real Madrid. Sure, a lot of them were penalties, but that doesn't matter. He's had his troubles over the year. There was the whole Mohamed Salah fiasco when he basically broke his collarbone. But as a defender, he's ruthless. Yes, he's got a mistake in him, but when he's at his best, it's just how do you get past him? Heading 20, marking 16, penalty taking 18, which is what you want from a centre-back. Tackling's great, he's determined, he's a leader, he works hard, and he's strong as an ox, and he's very aggressive, which, you know, Mo Salah knows all too well. But can Ramos take Charlton up to the Championship first? Obviously, in this Charlton team, we've got Jason Pearce, the captain. We've got Pape Souaré, the former Crystal Palace left-back who was involved in that car crash, which was pretty horrific. Harry Arter's there, the former Bournemouth man. And we've even got FA Cup hero for Wigan, Ben Watson. Can he link up with Sergio Ramos and deliver promotion? Let's go a year into the future. Let's see how Sergio Ramos gets on in his first season in English football. Right, here we are at the end of the first season. Into League One we go, and Charlton Athletic are going up, but only just. They came second in the league to go up automatically alongside Ipswich. It's a real throwback Premier League promotion duo. Charlton pipping Portsmouth. Portsmouth coming third with 81 points. 2 behind Charlton, who go up automatically. And the best player in the division, it was Sergio Ramos. 7.33 average rating, better than Sam Long of Oxford and better than his teammate Jake Forster-Kasky. Amazingly, Sergio Ramos hasn't even topped the yellow cards charts. That was Harry Arter with 15. Maybe Sergio was teaching him a thing or two about the dark arts of professional football. But Sergio Ramos, the Charlton number 4, 4 goals, which is, I mean, for Ramos, it's okay. It's not the double figures he hit in 2019-20. 3 assists, which is, that's alright for a centre-back. That's actually really good for a centre-back. 7 player of the match awards, 27 League One appearances. I nearly said League One, which is the division he's actually in. In reality, he's had a fair few injuries as well. Jesus. He was out for 5 weeks with a damaged kneecap. He sprained his ankle ligaments. That ruled him out for 3 weeks. So in total, he's had 8 weeks and 2 days out, which is why he's only played 27 times. I hope we're not going to have another Luka Modric fiasco where he just gets kicked to bits. But let's have a look at the Charlton players. Sergio Ramos, already the vice-captain, managed by Alex Neil, the former Preston boss. And interestingly, Sergio Ramos wasn't actually the best player at the club. Stephen Henderson's atop there, but that was because of 4 substitute appearances, which is strange because he's a goalkeeper, but whatever. Jake Forster-Kasky was actually better than Sergio Ramos. 6 goals and 7 assists put the centre midfielder ahead of the World Cup winning centre half, which is quite sensational, to be honest with you, and a real testament to Jake Forster-Kasky's ability. Sergio Ramos, you'd be disappointed if Jason Pearce leaves. I mean, I wouldn't be, Sergio. It means you'll probably get the captain's armband. Let's have a little look at the schedule, see if Charlton had Papa John's trophy glory. They didn't. They were beaten in the semi-finals by Portsmouth. It actually wasn't a very good end of the season. Charlton kind of limped over the line. They were very, very good in the early days of the season. I mean, look at the form was fantastic, especially during the winter. Christ, from November, they didn't lose a game. They didn't lose a game in any games in November. They didn't lose at all in December. January they didn't lose. They didn't lose another game until they met Brentford in the 4th round of the FA Cup in February. A wonderful season from Charlton Athletic. Has Sergio Ramos tightened up the defence? Let's have a little look. I just want to see how many goals they've conceded. Let's go to the league table. Goals against Charlton, 45. It's about average. It's one of the best in the league, but it's not. It's pretty good. That's not, it is what it is. 45 goals against. Only Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday conceded less. There's a few teams who conceded less than 50, so basically par for the course for the top teams, except for Crewe, who managed to go up, conceding 55. But we're here to talk about Sergio Ramos, and Sergio Ramos' defensive exploits are taking Charlton back to the Championship. In Season 2, we're going to be in Tier 2, not the COVID tiers, the footballing ladder. That's a thing of the past, hopefully. But let's see how Charlton and Sergio Ramos get on in Sky Bet Championship. Let's go. Right, here we are, Year 2, the Sky Bet Championship, and sadly for Sergio Ramos and Charlton Athletic, they have been relegated. Sergio Ramos wasn't one of the top players in the division, and Charlton are going back down to League One. They came 22nd with 47 points. I want to say what happened on the final day, because it looks like it's been pretty tight. There was only 3 points separating Blackpool in 19th, then you've got Birmingham, Luton, and then Charlton in 22nd going down with 47 points. And the final game of the season, Charlton beat Crewe, who've also been relegated. Luton lost, so that didn't matter. Birmingham, they won, and that looks to be what has sent Charlton down. If Birmingham had lost, Charlton would have stayed up. But it hasn't happened, and Sergio Ramos is, for the second time, going to be a League One defender. He's now the captain at the Valley, 37 years old, and he's now looking forward to moving clubs. He was very good in the Championship, got 2 goals, 1 assist and 5 Player of the Match awards, average rating 7.22, which is very good. And he's played a lot more football, 12 more games than he played in League One. One thing I didn't look at last time was the amount of yellow cards he got. Christ, this is why he didn't play so much. In the first season in League One, 13 yellow cards, 3 red cards. In total, 17 yellows, 5 reds in all competitions. What about the second season? 17 yellows and 3 red cards. The man is a walking red card. Just walk down the street and he'll probably 2-foot you outside of Greg's, and he'll get a 3-game suspension. It's absolute madness from Sergio Ramos. Just why does he do it? Why does he persist on getting so many yellow cards, so many red cards? I mean, maybe he just likes the time off, I'm not sure. But either way, it has cost Charlton here, and they are going down to League One. But good for Ramos. He was the best player at the club with an average rating of 7.19. But they are going back down to League One. And Sergio Ramos is only getting older, just like all of us, because of that's the way time works. But by the end of the next season, the 3rd season, we'll have passed the halfway stage of this simulation. Ramos will be 38, and surely on the decline. I mean, you can see by his attributes he's on the decline based on what he was at the start of this simulation. But perhaps that was Charlton's only shot in the Championship. Are they going to make it back? Let's find out. Let's see how Charlton get on back in League One. Right, here we are at the end of Season 3, the 11th of June 2024, and the Charlton job is available, which that doesn't inspire me with confidence. They have finished 15th in Sky Bet League One, with Sergio Ramos, who is now favoured personnel, still the captain. What has happened in the 3rd tier in the 3rd season? Well, Ramos was the best player in the league with a 7.29 average rating. He also got 14 yellow cards, which was just shy of Harry Arter now at Sheffield Wednesday. He got 16. But Charlton there, way down in 15th place with 59 points. They haven't bounced back at all. Ipswich going straight back up. But Charlton Athletic, way down in the bottom half, in 15th place. That's even with Jayden Stockley getting 17 goals. They've got one of the top scorers, they've got one of the top players. But 38-year-old Sergio Ramos, I mean, he's still playing brilliantly. I mean, he's not scoring as many goals, which is fine because he is a centre-back, but 7.29, it's about average for what he's done in the past couple of years. 32 appearances, 14 yellow cards, 3 reds. The amount of red cards Sergio Ramos is getting is quite frankly ridiculous. Have Charlton at least won the Papa John's Trophy now? They're back in League One. Let's have a little look, see if we've had Pizza Cup glory. They have not. They didn't even make it past the second round. They were beaten by Arsenal's under-23s. I mean, Christ, look at the amount of defeats. It was a good end of the season at least. But so many defeats. I mean, look at here. They lost to Bolton, they lost to Crewe, they lost to Wickham, they lost to Bolton, they lost to Fleetwood. All in a row. 5 defeats on the bounce, which was involved in a stretch of 7 games without a win in the league. Absolutely shocking from Charlton. And it looks like they're a bit of a 2-man team. Sergio Ramos' average rating still good, and so is Charlie Kirk's there, 7.23, just shy of Sergio Ramos. In fairness to the 26-year-old winger, he wants to leave due to the club being relegated. I mean, that was last season, so he's still desperate to leave. But Charlton have had an absolute stinker back in League One. Sergio Ramos is 38 years old. He still wants to leave clubs. I mean, I would too if I were you, Sergio. This isn't going to plan at all, even if he is getting a plethora of red cards. I mean, after 3 seasons, he's had 13 red cards. That's nothing to be proud of, and I'm worried it's only going to get worse going into season 4. Based on this, a veteran world-class defender can't inspire a League One team, unless he's trying to inspire them to just be dirtier, like Christina Aguilera back in the early 2000s. It was a song, I'm not, anyway. But Ramos has got 2 more seasons. Perhaps things might get better. They're not going to get better. Let's go to season 4. Let's see how much worse things are going to get. Okay, here we are at the end of season 4, and Charlton have somewhat bounced back, but they still aren't going up. They have finished 8th outside of the playoff places, only just, and Sergio Ramos is at his best season ever with an average rating of 7.44. But it still wasn't enough to take Charlton up. Sergio Ramos there getting 9 Player of the Match awards. It's 39 years old. That is really, really impressive there. 7.44, 9 Player of the Match awards, 36 appearances, only 3 red cards, which for Sergio Ramos is, I suppose you've got to take that as a victory. But they missed out on the playoffs with Michael O'Neill calling the shots. They haven't even won the Pizza Cup. 3rd round of the FA Cup, beaten by Fulham. Pizza Cup didn't make it out of the group stages. I'm really disappointed about the Pizza Cup progress that is not being made by Charlton. It's really underwhelming. But despite all of that, Sergio Ramos is a Charlton Athletic icon. He's held in the same breath as Chris Powell, Johnny Jackson, Mark Kinsella and Darren Bent. All because he's played 4 seasons for the Addicts, and he's been good, but he spent most of the time suspended. I can't understand how he's a club icon already, but whatever. Maybe the Charlton fans like the old rough and tumble of Sergio Ramos. But after 4 years, we're still in League One. We've had 1 promotion, and we've came moderately close to a second, but we're not going to make it to the Premier League because we've only got 1 season left. And to be honest, I don't think we'll even make it to the Championship. But prove me wrong, Sergio. Prove me wrong. Let's go into the 5th and final season and see if Charlton can cap it off with promotion to the Championship. Let's go. Right, here we are in the 5th and final season of Sergio Ramos at Charlton, and while he wasn't the best player in the division, he didn't get more yellow cards than anyone, he didn't get many assists, he didn't score the most goals. Charlton have been beaten in the playoff semi-final, losing to Bolton 4-3 on aggregate. It was close, but no cigar for Charlton and Sergio Ramos. He got 12 yellow cards, which was about as good as it got. 40 years old, and he is finally on his way back to Paris Saint-Germain. This has been his worst season in a Charlton shirt. Average rating 7.09, only playing 26 times. That is because he picked up 4 red cards in League One. 5 red cards in total this season. And he will be leaving Charlton with just 1 promotion medal to his name. How many red cards has he racked up? 5, 8, 13, 16, 21 red cards in 5 seasons. That's That's absolutely appalling. I know I've banged on about it this video, but how can you be so dirty that you pick up 21 red cards in just 5 seasons? In League One, mainly. I mean, surely you get away with more in that division. But apparently not for Sergio Ramos, who at the age of 40 has failed to inspire Charlton to the Premier League. He took them up once to the Championship, but they were relegated straight away, and since then it has been League One football for the addicts. Can Sergio Ramos inspire a League One club? No, he can't. But can a young wonderkid centre-back do what Ramos failed to do? In the next instalment we are sending Matthias de Ligt to Charlton, and I've got my fingers crossed that he can do much better than the Spanish World Cup winner. I mean, it can't be much worse, can it? But for now, we will leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Elecspo. And until next time, we will see you around.